So it says, Twitter reacts to Kevin Smith crying over Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Because of course he is. Because it's Kevin Smith and he's got to cry.
I love the preachy question. Are we really cyberbullying someone for having feelings?
Yes.
Firstly, the answer is yes. But not only that, you are intentionally being obtuse and reducing the situation. Obviously, it's not just Kevin Smith having feelings that we are clowning on him for. We are clowning on Kevin Smith because he decided to not only cry at a Marvel movie post-credit scene, cringe to begin with, but he took out his phone, took a selfie in the theater with the flash on, and then proceeded to post it on Twitter for likes and upvotes.
I have no...
As a man.
Like, as a man, as a self-respecting man, and also just like someone with the courtesy not to have their flash on in a movie theater that's dark.
I have no problem with the man crying during the movie. I have a problem with the man like taking
attention
a photo
seeking
of it
for
and then,
it.
yeah, that's very feminine.
Yes.
It's very feminine.
Yeah, and
to me.
it's really just kind of rude. And also the picture is absolutely disturbing.
There's
I don't
just
see a soul behind those eyes at all.
Well, I think a lot of it's like, remember he, if you guys remember, he had a heart attack or something years ago, and he had to lose a bunch of weight. And it seemed like after he lost all that weight, he like couldn't control his emotions.
That's interesting. Maybe he unblocked one of those chakras.
Could have been. So it's also, but it goes hand in hand with what we were talking about last week, which was that there's a lot of fakeness and fake emotion, fake connection, fake any type of human experience when it comes to Black Panther and Marvel, and not even Black Panther, Marvel in general. This one actually, in fact, I'll actually quantify that. This one makes more sense to me if I was to buy it. This one makes a little bit more sense to me than the other Marvel movies because people do develop slightly uncomfortable connections with actors and characters that really shouldn't be a thing in current year, but they do. So the death of Chadwick Boseman could have led people to have that type of emotional connection. But Kevin Smith is the boy who literally cried wolf. He just cries over everything. So why would I buy it?
He's like the Jordan Peterson of the film industry, maybe.
No, I mean, but Jordan. I mean, like the thing is,
but with like none of the real sincerity, because this is clearly just a ploy for attention. And
white liberals
he said, just saw Black Panther, that mid-credit scene worth the price of admission alone.
White liberals really, really love to show how much Black Panther in particular means to them.
Yeah,
like
I gotta say it's kind of sus.
One of the quantifiers that I saw, Zach from Comics Manor said, Black Panther is for white liberals who listen to NPR and love to go see slave movies.
Yeah.
Awkwardly specific, yet
weirdly
accurate.
telling.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe you disagree with me, Brett, but like I did not feel that palpable level of emotion in the theater when we saw that mid-credit scene at all.
I
didn't.
You weren't in tears?
Like there wasn't a dry eye in the house. No, but like I did not feel like that was a heavy moment in the theater at all. Maybe I'm just not in tune with that.
It was done with the really tight close-ups on Shuri's face. I will say that Letitia Wright did a fantastic job of portraying that scene, but I liked it more before they even brought, spoiler alert, before they even brought on his son, before they even brought him into the shot. I liked it more when she was just burning the funeral clothes on her own. And then, like, I didn't need the rest of that. If anything, I felt like that was
the nephew reveal was over the top.
Yeah,
not needed.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like if she had just burned the clothes herself, that would have been enough of a connection back to her mother that I thought there was enough emotional resonance there that they didn't need to hammer it home with like he's also got a secret son. The soap opera storyline of he has a secret son that nobody knew about. When
it's super
against
soap opera.
all logic is just part of this is part of this heritage now. It didn't really make any sense.
I just want to read this critical drinker tweet. He like quote tweeted Kevin Smith and said, Kevin Smith acts like being a complete feline is a badge of honor. I mean, you almost have to admire his dedication. He's really committing to the bit of being a complete and utter pansy.
And then somebody has a screenshot here of all the Kevin Smith crying things.
Like taking a selfie of yourself crying and posting it on social media. I'm sorry, never defensible. Never defensible.
Also, like,
are there really that many?
If a woman does it, it's just emotionally manipulative. If a guy does it, I don't even know what it's supposed to be.
Or it's like, I look pretty crying,
which is weird.
But like, if you think about that thought going through a man's head, it's just kind of questionable. But then I was surprised to see a lot of people coming to Kevin Smith's defense.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. It's
is this like a thing? Like he has a big like fan base.
Oh, Kevin Smith
defending this behavior.
Kevin Smith is a huge deal. In
and some
Hollywood,
people even made this political. This one person said, Kevin Smith is trending. Don't bother looking. It's mostly right wingers pretending that they've never cried.
Yeah.
Like it's not even about crying.
Nope.
No one is clowning on him for having feelings about a movie. I'm sure everyone has felt strongly about a movie before. It's about posting the selfie of your front-facing flash camera and your soulless, teary eyes on Twitter.
It's very straw man.
What annoys me about this is similar to how some people are just flippant with the word "I love you" or the phrase. I guess I love you. It's that it's the minimization of the action. You know, when you cry, I mean, you can cry as much as you want, but like when you cry, it's supposed to come from somewhere. It's supposed to reflect something.
And even the action of making it a photo op, which will then be used for an external purpose later, completely defiles the whole purpose.
Absolutely
of crime.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it just troubles me. As much as like when people have just met you and they're like, "Oh my god, I love this about you.
We're best friends.
I love you." It's like, you do not.
That's a woman thing though. That's a woman thing to be like besties with girls that they hate and like talk crap behind their back.
I mean, it's not even about hate, but like that over familiarity and that feeling is what I get from Kevin Smith's online behavior. Is you are just way overly familiar with strangers on the internet who don't know you, don't care about you, and you shouldn't expect them to.
Anytime I see like a famous person on Instagram posts a picture and like the top comment is some other famous person who leaves some comment that's like, "Oh my god, like we had the best time this way," it never comes off as sincere or honest. It feels like, if anything, the tears, taking the time out of your day to document such an emotional experience feels like it's just a mirror back onto the fakeness of social media and culture.
That's why people joke that like your closest friends are the ones you've never taken a selfie with, or you have like no social media public ties whatsoever. Yeah. You have like maybe one fuzzy picture with them
because you're actually enjoying your time together when you're
this
together.
is the issue with the hive mind. Like I don't know how you want to name it, the wokes, the progressives, the whatevers, is that they do everything so flippantly often that it means nothing. They use so many hyperbolic pejoratives so often they mean nothing. They use words like murder and hate and Nazi so often they mean nothing. And now it's not only words, it's actions, weeping, like crying. Now I couldn't even believe how many pictures of him were
that's
crying.
why I called it like Pentecostal,
yay,
like
money guns,
religious emotivism.
Yeah.
Yay, the guns work now. Another, like, speaking of words meaning nothing, another tweet said, Kevin Smith hate is so forced and fueled by toxic masculinity.
There we go.
I get not liking his movies, but he's one of the most genuine guys out there in Hollywood.
How do you know? You don't know him.
He just loves fiction, movies, and fantasies. He's just a big effing nerd, and for some reason, that pisses people off.
Also, the word genuine. He cries for everything. How is that genuine?
He's a
words
shill.
mean something.
I mean, I mean no disrespect to him, but it's just.
I mean, I do.
Look. I find the posting of the photos a little sus. I do believe that he has a lot of genuine love for these properties and these franchises and this culture. He grew up creating stuff that exists in that space, but at a certain point, it just feels like you're a shill. And he got into fights with Clownfish TV when a lot of the spoilers were coming out for Masters of the Universe Revelations, and people were like revealing spoilers. He's like, that's not true, and he was like attacking them on Twitter. And I always think it's funny when like extremely famous celebrities attack YouTube channels and then the stuff gets proven right. And all of those things got proven right. And then, he kind of had to eat his words later. The big thing was like he said early on, he's like, I'm a huge He-Man fan and I can't wait to work on this property. Right. And then somebody found a tweet of his from like 2013. He's like, I was never the biggest He-Man fan, but there's a so-and-so event going on at this place if you want to go check it out. And somebody's like, huh, that doesn't make much sense. See, that was better. So
are we sure that the stream is working?
Did we lose it?
I don't know. I got a message that it was frozen, but as long as the chat isn't telling us so, and I think we're okay.
I still have good connection. Are we good, guys?
Yeah.
Chat, if you can hear me, write based in chat.
I think we're all right.
Guys, if you wanna let us know if it's the chat, if everything's going good, just let us know in the chat that we're still live here.
It's a weird day today.
It is. We're up in the air. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.